Hello, everybody. Welcome to the XPC Hackathon. My name is Yair Saperstein, and I am the CEO and co-founder of AvoMD, a company that's bridging the gap between evidence and care. I'm an internal medicine physician, also clinical informatics, and for me, it was always about how do I become more efficient in care. My co-founder, PJ, actually had the same issue. For him, it was really about the overwhelming amount of information and is there some way of really making myself faster in care? The issue is that anyone that's trying to solve it is, for the most part, not coming from a clinical perspective, right? They don't understand the workflow. I mean, some of the solutions that have been suggested are like, look, we can create a 300-page guideline that'll help. Of course not, right? Another one is, oh, let's do alerts. But the thing is, an alert can help me figure out one thing, but when there's so many different alerts, that's not going to help me because then I'm just overwhelmed. So how do we make ourselves faster? The answer is by giving tools to clinicians to be able to create health apps. But that's too broad, right? If you can create anything, that's really too broad. We really started with decision support. How can we help make it more efficient, accurate, work better in the workflow by giving the ability to help on clinical decisions? And that's exactly what our solution is. We take clinical knowledge, right? And you can include clinical pathways, society guidelines, lab interpretations, even AI models and predictions, and put it into a structure of decision support that's in the right place in the right time for the right clinician, for the right patient. The way to do that is you take it and you use our no-code builder. No-code meaning you don't really need to know programming, you don't need to know coding to be able to use it. So you take this backend builder, you put in the content in a rule-based algorithm, and then that transforms it into the point of care app. Point of care app can exist on mobile, on desktop, inside of the EHR. It has the ability to really pull in patient labs, patient values from the EHR, understand your rules engine from the clinical pathways, lab interpretations, whatever else you put into the builder, and give you, here's your next best step down in that pathway decision tree, aggregator, lab interpretation, give you documentation assistance, give you the ability to even generate orders, all of this within the decision support app that can be created and customized. The ability to do this is not just a dream, it's actually reality. We've shown improved patient outcomes like 36% improvement in ED flow, about 700,000 in savings when one pathway is implemented in a system. Time savings of 43 to 55% of time saved at the point of care, coupled with clinical accuracy improvements of 20%. And finally, provider experience, more than 93% of clinician users are happy and want expanded AvoMD usage. The way that it works, let me actually just hop right into the point of care app, and I'm going to open up my Google Chrome over here. I'm on the live site, accessible via live.avomd.io, which has the channels for the individual users where you're able to access it. And if I just show you a lab interpretation, so ABG, I'll click into it. If I'm in the EHR setting, it will pull this in from an individual patient context where I don't actually need to populate it. Over here where I am populating it by hand, you see a trigger. As I click on read more, it can give me calculations like delta ratio and ion gap. I can click into it to actually read more and understand. And it could take me down the next steps, including the summary, what I want to do with it. Click on any of the green links to be able to learn more, but it doesn't interrupt the workflow. If I want to have a pathway that it'll take me down, I can do something like the heart failure pathway. So I'll type in heart failure management. I'll take the one from the AHA-ACC, where if I'm in clinic with a compensated patient with less than 40% EF who, let's take a look at the stages to remind me. So yeah, stage B for my patient, click into it, gives me my next steps. For example, start ACE inhibitor and beta blocker. I can click on dosing to be able to understand more, click on the references to be able to link out, and it's all done through the builder. I'm going to show you the builder in the next video. Thank you for joining on this video and hope you have a wonderful time in the XPC Hackathon.